Sting recently made a surprise appearance on AEW Dynamite, which shocked fans around the world. But there is a report going around that might upset fans of Sting. The last time we saw Sting on a wrestling show was at WWE Night of Champions 2015, where he severely injured his neck during a match. This led to Sting not appearing for WWE anymore. But many fans didn't know that Sting was actually under WWE contract until October 2020, and WWE decided not to re-sign him, and then AEW contacted Sting about joining the company. Sting signed a multi-year contract with AEW, but there are details about the contract that is yet to be revealed to fans. Sting is currently 61 years old, and he still suffers from neck and spinal issues that he first suffered during his final wrestling match. But AEW has been acting like Sting will be wrestling in the ring for the company. But the truth is that Sting will never wrestle ever again, which has led to some people calling Sting's debut for AEW fake, because many fans are under the impression that Sting will wrestle for AEW, which is not true at all. Sting is not medically cleared to wrestle, and if he ever did try to wrestle, it could have disastrous consequences on his health. Sting sees being in AEW as a way to make good money from using his star power for merchandise, and also helping AEW defeat WWE. It's still unknown what role Sting will play in AEW, but it's being speculated that Sting will either become a manager or an authority figure. But no matter what he ends up doing, it will not involve him wrestling in any matches. Recently, WWE allowed Roman Reigns to get away with a shocking act that fans are furious about. During the December 4th, 2020 episode of SmackDown, Roman Reigns was part of a tag match, and during the match, Roman Reigns viciously attacked Otis with the steel stairs, and in the aftermath, Otis was pulled from the match as he could not continue. But shockingly, Roman was not disqualified for his illegal attack on Otis, even though normal rules were in place for the match. So the question is, why wasn't Roman Reigns DQ'd for hitting Otis with an illegal object while the ref stood by and watched? Official word from WWE is that Roman's illegal actions took place outside of the ring, and the referee makes the final call on what constitutes a disqualification. Backstage reports say that even though fans were angry about Roman Reigns not being DQ'd, there are no plans to change the way WWE writers decide when and what leads to a disqualification. How much longer will Vince McMahon be in charge of WWE? Vince McMahon is 75 years old, and he continues to be in full control of WWE. And a brand new report says that Vince McMahon has told close friends that he will never step away from WWE, and he will always be in full control of the company for the rest of his life. And to make sure that he continues to be in charge of what happens in WWE, Vince is reportedly taking drastic measures to guarantee that he will be healthy enough to be in charge of WWE for as long as possible, as he has told his close friends that he could see himself continuing on as head of WWE for at least 20 more years, as he truly believes that once someone else takes over WWE, the company will quickly lose popularity, and he is the only one who can keep WWE on top as the #1 wrestling company in the world. A WWE wrestler was accidentally unmasked during a match recently, and they are in big trouble backstage because of it. Retribution member Reckoning was about to wrestle her debut match against Dana Brooke on Monday Night Raw recently. But right when the match started, her mask fell off, revealing her true identity. Even though the mask fell off, the commentators never mentioned it, but it was obvious that Reckoning was not happy about her mask falling off. WWE officials are very upset about the mask falling off, and they blame Reckoning herself for not making sure her mask was on correctly. But there is nothing that WWE can do now, because fans know the true identity of Reckoning is former NXT star Mia Yim. WWE officials are looking to remove Reckoning from Retribution and have her wrestle under the name Mia Yim in the near future, but she will likely not get a big push because WWE officials still hold a grudge for Reckoning allowing the mask to fall off during her debut match and ruining her Retribution persona. A shocking new scandal involving Becky Lynch's pregnancy has sent shockwaves to the entire WWE. We are now only days away from Becky Lynch giving birth to her and Seth Rollins' baby, and the soon-to-be parents are very excited about welcoming their very first child into the world. But unfortunately, a dark cloud is hanging over what should be a very joyous occasion, as a late-breaking report suggests that Becky Lynch has decided to never wrestle ever again, as she wants to focus on being the best mother possible to her and Seth's child. And if she returned to wrestling, she believes that it could have devastating effects on her and Seth's baby, especially if WWE returns to any kind of full-time traveling schedule. Becky Lynch believes that she has done everything that she has set out to do in wrestling, and there's nothing left to prove, as she will forever be remembered as the woman who changed wrestling for all women. There has been a very small group of fans who think that it's scandalous that Becky is even thinking about leaving wrestling, and these fans believe Becky will be turning her back on them, and she should put her focus on wrestling instead, and not on her and Seth's baby. But luckily, there are only a few of these negative fans, and the majority wish Becky Lynch all the best, no matter what she decides to do. And as for Becky Lynch's husband, Seth Rollins, he supports Becky with whatever decision she decides to make, and the couple could not be happier as they await the birth of their brand new baby. What do you think about Sting joining AEW? And also, what do you think about Becky Lynch leaving wrestling to be a full-time mother? Leave a comment and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you don't miss our next video.